Yo, what's going on? So, I got a very particular thought I was thinking today, and I was just thinking like everybody talks about how the journey, the journey is long, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. But I'm starting to really believe the journey is only long if you start over. And I've been thinking about, I've been thinking about that like with these past two couple of podcasts. Um, the journey in itself and what it takes to get to where you need to be and things of that nature. And I think so. The journey only lasts long if you continuously start over, and that literally applies to anything like working out. I know a lot of y'all know this. Like if you've been working out for consistently for some months, and then you stop for a little minute and you lose those gains you once had from before you started, and then you find yourself having to start from square one all over again, you know, or you know what I'm saying, in a video game, you got in the progress and you're like, well, I'm gonna just start over and hit the restart button. Then you find yourself starting over. That in itself will make the process even longer than it needs to be or have to be. But I don't think I don't think you have to do that to yourself. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that can relate to what I'm saying, but like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the times when you're going through this, it's gonna feel like and seem like you're not doing a lot of shit right because it's not gonna go your way at first and you're not gonna get those instant results that you're looking for. You like, damn, why the fuck am I doing any of this shit that I'm doing right now? I'm here on this destination, on this road by myself. I ain't got nobody to support me or to tell me where to go or where I need to be. Because ain't nobody finna give you no handouts whatsoever. You're not finna get no handouts from nobody. And you just sitting there, hands and feet in the dirt, trying to figure it out. In the mud, in the trenches. Wherever part of life you at right now, you like, damn, man, like none of this shit is working. I'm not getting the views I want to because I'm about to be experiencing the same thing right with y'all. And the only difference between you and somebody that's successful is they push through those moments. And you got to push through. I'm telling you, the most fruitful results come from when you don't feel like doing it no more. I'm telling you, you probably so close to greatness right now, and the only thing that stopped you is because you quit right before. You quit right before that viral video. You quit right before you had your breakout fight before you got to the UFC. You quit right before you got to college and got and made it to the NBA or however it works for sports or wherever it may apply to you in this moment. But you got to tell yourself to keep going. And I feel like, honestly, chat, I think about it like this. Check me out. I urge y'all, this is a challenge for you and me. Y'all not going to be doing it just by yourself. Whatever your craft is, whether that be MMA, I love MMA. We can talk about MMA all fucking day. MMA, your own podcast, a sport, in the weight room, a diet, your artistic skills and ability, or any dream you want to accomplish. I'm a urge y'all to participate in this 6-month grind. Nothing but 6 months of grinding. Everybody collectively together. Me, you, and anybody else listening to this podcast. I want you to just get on a 6-month grind and then watch how your life change. I remember watching a streamer. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are familiar with him. Casanet. He said him. It was him. And fucking what's his name? Damn. Duke Dennis. Yeah. And he said that it only took 6 months of grinding. 6 straight months of non-stop grinding. And everything worked out for him. Now, mind you, Their timeline might not be your timeline, but you'll be better than you was on day one after 6 months. You'll be way better. You'll be a whole nother beast, whole nother animal. And you'll see results, most definitely. You'll most definitely see results. But consistency without a plan, that is just a road. I mean, that's just all it is. It's just consistency. But you have to be constantly getting better and wanting to get better during those 6 months. It's going to take discipline, studying your craft, really learning how can I do this better. You don't want to stay the same. You don't want to stay stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the different results, because that's exactly where you'll go wrong. You'll be doing this and why isn't anything working? Like, I'm being consistent, but it takes more than consistency to get to where you want to be in life. You got to have a plan. You got to be wanting to grow and do and try different things and figure out what's working and what's not. Don't take a dogmatic approach to anything you do. Be willing to be coachable. That's a phrase I heard when I was fighting doing MMA, is to be coachable. And obviously not everybody's going to know what the hell they're talking about, but it's a eat the meat and spit out the bones type of thing. Take the good advice when you know you hear good advice. I mean, because anybody can teach you anything, you know. But, I mean, obviously, like I said, don't take a dogmatic approach to anything you're trying to do in life. I mean, because there's going to be somebody out there that knows something that you don't. You can take that and add it to your tool bag and toolkit. I mean, I'm going to take everything and apply it to, in ways that I can understand it and explain it to you. For those that like MMA, it's the same way. I mean, a lot of y'all probably see moves and skills that somebody else has in the gym, whether you're doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or boxing, and you're like, damn, I like that move. It's smooth. And you ask them how they do it. You know what I'm saying? And you take that move and add it to your tool bag and make it your own. And that's how you get better. A lot of these fighters, they're not reinventing the wheel. It's a whole bunch of moves that somebody else showed them that they add to their tool bag, and it became their personalized weapon. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you'll get along the way. That's what you need to do along this journey. And it's not just consistency alone. That will make your journey long as well. Also, learn how to take some advice. Learn how to take criticism. Not everybody giving you structured criticism is your enemy, or just talking down on you. Somebody in the comments might be genuinely trying to help. Hell, I mean, if there's something y'all feel like in my podcast that I could do better, by all means, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always looking to improve what I can do better along this journey, because, like I said, I'm a human being, and when I tell y'all these things, I'm not telling y'all from I'm a perspective of like a fucking guru or something, like I just know everything. I'm telling y'all based off my experiences and what I've seen and what I've learned. I'm a human being just like y'all, you know, and I'm grounded in myself because I know I can do better. I can always do better, and I always have room to grow. And along this journey, I want y'all to see my growth as well. Hopefully this, as the environment changes around me, and this podcast changes, and everything else around me changes, y'all realize that y'all can do it too. Hell, just get on the journey right with me. If you starting something right now, just go ahead and get started. I urge you to click that play button. I urge you to click start your first jiu-jitsu class today. I urge you to start your first MMA class today. I urge you to do whatever it is you want to do, and be bold about it. I mean, shit, you might not be extra confident at first, but the first step to do anything is to just fucking start. Just start, bro. And that's all it's really going to take. That's the first step. And after that, consistency and a plan. Once you get into the swing of things, there's going to be stuff that you learn from your losses. And you're like, okay, I can do this better. Okay, I can do this better. Okay, I can do this better. You take that criticism that you get and you make something great out of it. Don't let that beat you up and make you want to quit. Because I promise you, you're so close to getting where you at. You're so fucking close to getting where you at or wherever you need to be. And I hope for the people out there listening, if this is resonating with you right now, I'm talking directly to you. I'm talking directly to you. Wherever you're doing right now, keep going. Don't make that journey long by starting over. Whatever trials and tribulations you're going through right now, you can get through it. I promise you, you can. God ain't gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. You got this. This is easy work. This is light work for you. You know what I'm saying? You right there. I just, as I'm telling y'all this stuff, I'm also talking to myself as well, because I know I need the motivation. This in itself alone is a journey trying to navigate doing podcasts by myself. It's definitely oversaturated field with a lot of competition, and I'm not sure my voice would be heard. But at the same time, I had to realize why I was doing it, and I'm not really worried about that. I know the people, that are my community, they're gonna come here and listen to it, what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? And my goal at the end of the day is to motivate somebody to chase their dreams. I'm for the people that don't want to be average. I'm for the people that's trying to push, but they feel like life is just beating them up. And I know I say that a lot, but I got to make sure it's heard and understood. Because I want to make sure you guys feel heard, understood. This life shit ain't hard. I mean, actually, I take that back. This life shit is hard, and nobody writes a book to it. But hell, one thing that we can do is we can bounce off each other, give each other advice. And I learned based off the experiences I have and the toolkit that I come up with at this point and provide it to you guys so you can navigate your journey a little bit better. If you're going through a situation and you need help trying to get out of it, maybe what I'm saying can help you get out of it, or a future endeavor that you might run into. And now when you get to that point, you're like, oh, I heard Anthony say this. I heard Lil 50 say this. I'm about to take that and apply to this right now. But back on topic though. The journey, I feel like, is as long as you make it. But at the same time, everybody on a different path in life. Everybody's walkway doesn't look like yours. Somebody that might get somewhere in 6 months, it might take you a year to get there. But you'll never know how long unless you keep going. Sometimes it takes 2-3 years. It might take 4 years. The funny salesman, it took him a while before he got to where he's at now, knocking on door to door and taking time out of his day to want to do this. And sacrifices just have to be made. Sacrifices have to be made if you want to get to where you're going. It's going to take personal time out of your day, and you're going to have to be disciplined. And if you aren't willing to do any of that, then hell, you might as well throw your dream out the window and let that just be what it is. A dream is going to stay a dream. But dare to be great, man. Don't do that. Because I hate for you to, when it's your time to leave the earth, and you have any regrets when you leave here. At the very least, I want you to say to yourself, I went out swinging. Motherfucker, it's get rich or die trying around this motherfucker. And if you here on this channel, that's what we do. It's for the real deal fighters. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the logo is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Me and my MMA attire, getting ready to go to war. No surrender. No retreat against all odds. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But just take the time and ask yourself, one, why do I want to do this? Because if you can answer that question, it'll get you through the journey. And whenever you feel like restarting over, you know what I'm saying, or quitting, you can be like, nah, I remember why I wanted to do this, and that'll keep you going. That'll keep you from starting over. But like I said, also do not compare yourself to anybody else. Comparison is a thief of joy. I think that's how somebody correct me in the comments if that's the quote or phrase, but I'm pretty sure it's comparison is a thief of joy. You know what I'm saying? You wanting somebody what somebody else has, or like you like, damn, he did this in X amount of time, and I'm still, you know what I'm saying? That'll make you want to quit too. Just seeing reveling in somebody else's success. Don't worry about them. It's you versus you. Me versus me. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about them. Because like I said, your journey don't look like theirs. Your pathway don't look like theirs. The challenges you got to get through may not be the same challenges he got to get through. Your life, to me, in my personal opinion, is designed. God designed, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if everybody out there believes. I'm not necessarily religious, but I do believe in God. I do believe that there is a higher power. But my point in saying all of this is that I feel like every type of challenge that you get along this journey, once you decide that you want to do something, once you decide that you want to do something with your life, or you decide to tap into that calling that you was called to, your life is specifically designed with these challenges, trials, and tribulations to get you at the point where you need to be. Like I said before, he ain't going to give you nothing that you can't handle. But every task and every skill that you learn, especially at the point that I'm at this point in my life, I always believe that everything is for a reason. Hell, like I said, on episode 1 or 2, I can't remember at the top of my head right now, but one of those challenges might be that some people that were once important to you may leave out your life for one reason or another. I mean, results may vary depending on the person, and that will teach you some type of skill and or, you know what I'm saying, and or a lesson that you'll have to take and carry on for the rest, because that won't be the last time that happens. You're going to see it multiple times, but that first time is just going to help you prepare for it better, because if not, you're just going to continue to go through that same thing, and you might end up quitting along the journey. But if you can get through that first trial, you can get through the rest of them. It'll be like cakework. I'm not saying that it's going to be easier, but you'll know how to navigate it. You know what I'm saying? So I give y'all an example. Boundaries was one of the things that I struggled with, just in life in general. And you can apply this to your journey, but like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the people that are closest to you, I found it hard to like, how can I word this? I found it hard to set boundaries, right? I found it really hard to do that because it's like, damn, I don't want to upset them or make this come off in a certain type of way to where it's like, we not cool no more. But at the same time, I'm also jeopardizing my own sanity, my own feelings, and my own emotions to appease them. But it's like, what about me? And at some point in your life, you're going to have to put your foot down. And just because it's the right thing to do don't mean it's always going to feel good. And that was just something I had to understand, and I'm still learning to this day. Something that's still hard to me, but I'm getting better at it. You know what I'm saying? The attempt is all that matters. But you know what I'm saying? In order for me to progress, I feel like that's definitely something I have to get better at. Speaking my voice and my opinion, and you know, and that's something that this podcast is helping me do. Like I said before, this is all therapy for me. This is my why. And I know there's somebody out there that thinks exactly like me that's going to come by and listen to this, and it's going to help them. And that's another thing, and part of your journey is that if you're doing whatever it is you're doing for money, you already starting off wrong. You're going to fuck yourself up because you ain't going to make shit when you first start. You're not going to make a single dime. If you don't do it for the love of the game, you might as well stop. If you're doing anything at the thought of, oh yeah, this is a quick money grab scheme, you're gonna quit before you even get started at the first sign of you not making no pay. For those that keep going and they're able to make X, Y, and Z, it's not one size fits all or everybody's scenario, but for the most part, they love what they do. They don't mind, you know what I'm saying, not making money in the beginning. I mean, the money is a byproduct of your journey. That's just a byproduct. That's just shit it comes with. You know what I'm saying? But the main reason I do this is because like I said, it's therapeutic to me. I like being able to talk my thoughts out on a mic, and somebody can just chime in. And I love conversation. I love deep thought conversation. I genuinely love just talking about that type of stuff beyond the surface level of normal conversation. I like to get into the nitty gritty of conversation. And that's why I do this. So when you are coming up with things that you want to do outside of regular work, first ask yourself, like I said before, why you want to do it, and make sure that cash is not the main answer to that, because I mean, you set yourself up for failure if you worry about what they like to call it, pocket watching. Yeah, don't be pocket watching when it comes to like something you want to do. The cash is gonna come if you're doing everything right. You're doing everything like how you're supposed to do. The cash is gonna come. Your audience is gonna come. But yeah, that's my main thing that I want to say to that. Yeah, but it ain't gonna be the journey. What it's not gonna be is an easy one. It's not gonna be an easy one. But what the journey is as long as you make it. I feel like as long as you keep going, you'll get to where you need to be. And networking, that's another thing too. A lot of people neglect that. That was one thing I learned that's another thing, like I said before, the lessons you got to learn along the way, and it's perfectly designed. Your life is perfectly designed to where you run into these scenarios where you're forced to learn these things. It's either you learn it or you don't. It's either one or the other one. You either eat the cake or don't. That's on you. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be, I call these unskippable cutscenes, like in a video game where it's like, damn, you got to watch this shit. Like, it's going to happen. You got to watch this shit. You can't skip it. No matter how many times you press the fucking start button, or you hold down the X button or A button if you're on Xbox, you feel me? Or a space bar on PC, and you like, fuck, I can't skip this shit. It's going to be one of those. And one of those situations for me is when I was in the military, and when I first got in, I was busting my ass. And I realized that it didn't matter how much hard work I put in. What kept me back is that I didn't like conversing with people. I didn't like talking to people. You know what I'm saying? I'm very reclusive, very antisocial, and that held me back. That was a skill that I lacked. And that was a skill some people had. That was their best skill. It didn't matter how much work they didn't do. There was the ones that got rewarded because they knew the right people. Their networking skills were exemplary. And that's something y'all got to learn how to do. You know, networking along this journey. Don't just stay to yourself. POA. I mean, what is it? Not POA. OPA. Other people's audience. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring in it might even be their audience. It might be a skill or something that you learn from them via networking, or something that they can teach you. It don't always have to be, you know what I'm saying, sharing of the audience. It could just be sharing of information. Other people's information, you know, other people, those people know people. You get, you know what I'm saying? Like you get, if you end up meeting, that's sometimes Ray, for a prime example. Ray opened his mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed, right? He opened his mouth and talked to Kai when he first met him. Network. Boom, look where he at now. that one person branched them off to several other people, and those people, they know people. You know what I'm saying? So your networking tree just grew because you decided to speak. Don't be afraid, man. I mean, like I said, I'm still a little introverted and things like that, but I'm looking to change that. I'm looking to grow. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be stagnant and stand in this same place because, you know what I'm saying? There's strength in numbers. And there's a reason why that saying exists. Because there's some truth to it. If you got credible names backing you, there's this thing called social proof. Oh yeah, that's like, matter of fact, when you go to a neighborhood, we're going to use this as an example. I mean, this might not apply to everybody. Everybody might not know what I'm talking about. You ever went somewhere and they're like, hey, who this is? And somebody chime in, oh, that's such and such. I know him. He cool. Oh, okay, bet. So you know my boy type shit. And you get introduced to other people. But if they don't know you, and if you don't know the right people, they're not talking to you. You can't get into certain rooms without knowing somebody. That's how you get into these certain places or places you want to be at, is by talking to people. And if you don't talk to nobody, you're not going to get nowhere. It might actually, I take that back. You might get somewhere, but it's going to take you way longer than as if you were to talk to people. And the military proved that to me time and time again. Like, it's just some days, like, I just realized that I just didn't want to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to converse. I didn't want to do the formalities. Like, if I didn't want to talk to you, I wasn't going to do that. But, you know what I'm saying? At some point in my life, I realized that how important the military showed me. That was like the main lesson I pulled from the military, is how important, like, my social skills had to be. My, you know what I'm saying? And that could be applied to streaming, like talking to the chat, or hell, anybody. You don't even got to be just streaming or doing interviews. If you're doing fights or interviews on a podcast, you interview with somebody, you got to learn how to converse with these other people, because if not, that's going to hold you back. That's another skill that you got to learn through the life. And you see how all of this stuff is just like circling into each other. Everything that I'm talking about right now, you can use. But yeah, that's a prime example of something, my bad, I'm fucking up. But an unskippable cutscene I was talking about, which is you have no choice but to see. I had no choice but to see that. I'm just like busting my ass and I'm not being recognized because my people skills suck. Genuinely, they were ass. And I refuse to work on that. And those people that don't like change, they stay the same. You're going to be forever trapped in this stagnant, quicksand. You're going to be forever trapped in that quicksand if you don't adjust, if you don't pivot, if you don't change. That's another thing you got to add to your bag when you're on this journey. Networking, people skills, socializing. I don't care how introverted you are. You talking to people is important. There's never not going to be a situation where you can get away with not talking to people. I promise. You got to network. You got to play the game. You have to. My dad, like, I'm going to stay saying this. This going to be a quote on this motherfucker till the wheels fall off. But life's a game. You got to know how to play it. You might be one way, but you might have to pivot and adjust when the time comes for you to speak. You're going to have to network. Or whatever challenges you facing, just try to take the lesson from it, because it's definitely going to teach you something to help you along the journey. That's what just look at every challenge you experience along this long journey as a tool, as a lesson that you were taught to be able to persevere through the next thing that you might face. Because if not, you're going to keep running into the same thing and asking yourself, why do I keep going through this same shit? And I'm not getting no better. Nothing is not changing. But that's probably why. Like, if you making content and you like me and you suck at networking, then that's probably why. Like, social proof is a real thing. Social proof is a real fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? People only, most of the time, if it's your friends or your family or something, hell, it might even not even be that. People look for social proof. They want to know if you legit. A lot of the time when you start the race, ain't nobody gonna be there at the start, but they'll damn sure be there when you finish the race. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you. I knew you could do it, but they was not there to see what it took to get there. How they gonna be proud of you if they ain't see what it took to get there? What are you proud of? You just wanted to be there at the end to say that you did that and you supported me. A lot of the people are gonna do that, but you don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So when you doing this, man, just make sure that you taking everything that you can and as a thing to use at your disposal, a lesson that anything that you go through. So don't let these challenges that you go through get you down. Everything is a lesson to be learned from all of this. And just be like, okay, I'm gonna take that on the chin, but analyze the situation. Okay, what can I take away from this? If you start looking at it like that, man, this shit gonna be a breeze. You ain't gonna have nothing to fucking worry about. Everything that happens to you from here on out is gonna be like water off your back, or whatever the expression is. You ain't gonna have shit to worry about. Like, all right, on to the next thing. But I promise you, with these couple of things that I'm telling you that we gonna do collectively together, watch our lives change. Me and you. Me and whoever listening right now, me and you, our lives gonna change together in 6 months. Watch it. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I ain't got no superpowers. But I say all that to say this: I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up. But in 6 months, watch where we be at. I might not have like 1 million listeners, but definitely everything around me gonna change. Something gonna get better. We can't stay the same. Some gonna get better. I'm gonna be to network with somebody, and I'm gonna have a whole bunch of episodes put out that's better than these ones that I'm doing right now. Growth, you know what I'm saying? Consistency, perseverance, all of that, to make this long journey a short one. Because we ain't quitting. No surrender, no retreat, motherfucker.